Today we assessed what a plateau really is, why it happens, and how to begin to assess whether or not you may actually really be on a plateau. You'll have plenty of time to think about this while you walk. But tonight, let's shift our focus onto something that is just as important, if not more important. And that is recognizing your progress beyond what's happening on the scale. Too often, we let that number on the scale dictate what we think about our success. But the scale is not always the best measure of change. It can be misleading, inconsistent, and even work against us physically and mentally. Here's a few things to think about in regard to that scale. Your scale only measures your total weight. It doesn't tell you anything about fat loss, muscle gain, digestive weight, or water retention. That means it's pretty common that the weight on your scale fluctuates daily. Hydration levels, hormonal shifts, and even your last meal can cause your weight to fluctuate by even a few pounds overnight. Remember how we discussed in Jumpstart how going on vacation can cause that fluctuation to be as much as 10 or 15 pounds? No matter how big that fluctuation is, it messes with your mindset. I have members contact me all the time wondering what went wrong when they gained a half a pound overnight. I know that can feel discouraging, but really, not a whole lot of anything has changed from yesterday to today. And the positive changes you hope to see in your body happen over weeks and months and even years to come. So getting all caught up with what's happening from one day to the next, even 1 week to the next, is really just spinning your wheels mentally. This is why we like to focus on what we call non-scale victories. These are the real signs that our body is changing for the better. It's not uncommon that someone can name 10 or more of these signs and yet still make themselves unhappy with what they saw on the scale. If that scale is hurting you mentally and threatening to pull you off course daily, stop getting on it. Here are some examples of non-scale victories that you should celebrate. Your clothes fitting better is a definite sign that you're moving in the right direction. When your pants are fitting looser, your tops are draping better, and you're putting another notch in that belt, you can be certain you're making progress. Increased energy. Waking up feeling refreshed and no longer having afternoon crashes is a sure sign that your body is moving in the right direction of better metabolism. And a better metabolism means you're burning more of all types of fuel throughout the day. Another great sign is better digestion. Are you having less bloating? Are you experiencing less cravings? This means that you've changed how you eat into a system that's working better for your body. How about mental clarity? Are you experiencing less brain fog? Have you been more motivated or more productive at work? And what about those workouts? Are you starting to feel stronger in your workouts yet? If you've been with me since January, you're getting close to turning that metabolic corner, when all of a sudden your endurance starts picking up and your strength starts improving as well. You might also note that you're making faster recoveries. Are you less sore after your workouts and able to jump right back into another one the next day? Maybe you're noticing clearer skin or healthier hair. These are sure external signs that internal healing is happening as well. There are some unexpected non-scale victories that happen that can catch some people off guard. One of those is cellulite. Many assume that cellulite is tied to fat, but cellulite is actually part of your skin structure. It's part of your connective tissue. As you lose fat, your skin needs to adjust, and sometimes cellulite can become more noticeable before it gets better. This is normal. Over time, as your body composition continues to change, your skin will adjust and tighten. Similarly, I'll have a lot of people ask me about the increase in the wrinkles in their face. When we lose weight, especially if we've been carrying it for a long time, you may notice looser skin and more pronounced facial lines. This happens because your skin had been stretched out over the fat. And again, your skin will need time to adjust. But don't panic. Your skin is incredibly adaptive. With good hydration, nutrient-dense foods, and a good self-care routine, the health and appearance of your skin will change quickly. Lastly, I want to talk about something we call the whoosh effect. The whoosh effect is not recognized scientifically. However, many low carbers have experienced it, including myself, and the theory about what's happening that causes this effect is an interesting one. The whoosh effect happens when you feel like you're on a plateau, nothing is happening on the scale, and then whoosh, Overnight, you drop a few pounds and you feel a lot leaner all of a sudden. The theory about the whoosh effect is that fat cells don't just shrink overnight. Instead, as they empty of fat, they begin filling with water. Until one day when your body decides to release the water and you see a drop on the scale. I don't know that I experienced it exactly like that, but I will tell you, you can actually feel with your fingertips the changes that are going on in the areas of fat as you're losing it. So you may notice that instead of your fat tensely filling up your thigh or tensely filling up your upper arm, all of a sudden, these areas start to feel a lot softer and less tense. This may or may not correspond with actual weight loss, but it's another sure sign that things are changing. The point is, loss of weight on the scale isn't always the sign that you're making progress. Your body is busy rebuilding and healing and adapting, and it needs your continued support, not your frustration and disappointment. And sometimes when change is happening, you don't always look the way you expect along the way. It's important to remember that stress makes weight loss harder. When you stress over every wrinkle, every dimple, every half a pound on the scale, your body perceives this stress as a threat. And when this happens, it locks down change and it holds on to that extra weight even more. So be patient with the process. Look out for these changes, even the weird ones. This is all a part of becoming a stronger, healthier version of you, both mentally and physically. So tonight, I want you to reflect. Think about those non-scale victories. Write them down, celebrate them. These are your wins. These are your signs of progress. And I'm telling you, you should be seeing quite a few of these before you hit a plateau. And these matter way more than any number on the scale.